Welcome to 3 months Corona update. Here comes the numbers. So first we look at the rank of the world. So and there we see um, Guinea now sharing his place with Thailand on the top. In the top five, in the top five is still Malaysia, but it lost one place and give it to Guinea. So there we see. Let us see the most worst case, and I can look to the end. The most worst case is Kyrgyzstan. So Kyrgyzstan, I prepared the COVID-19 information from the John Hopkins University, and there you see it comes in last 7 days. It comes up to 750 cases a day maximum, and last day was still um, it is how many 300 about. So they are right now in the beginning. It looks there's something happened. They're exploring something. So when you see the confirmed cases, and it begins slowly and it goes faster and faster. So where's Kyrgyzstan is here? It is in between Kazakhstan and China, and it is a ex um, Soviet republic. And I have also the numbers of um, uh, of how many people live there and everything. So 7,000 Kyrgyzstan there. Yeah, he's so let's see what how many people living there. Living just 6 million people, and uh, to have 7,000 cases on 6 million, that's a lot, and it's a big country for that that uh, um, for that little number of inhabitants. So okay, as a rank world, so this was the worst case. Panama is also in problem. So Panama is, yeah, lost 11 uh, places. So let's look who's the best. North Macedonia, North, okay, Czechia, okay, Pakistan, okay, Czechia and Pakistan. Let us see. So then let's see. Pakistan is in bit. Oh, yeah. Okay, there is a lot different kinds of of, of parts of Pakistan. So must be more than 80,000. There, there we are. So it have 231,000 cases. There died. How many died? Is here 5,000 people. And if we look this one, then we see why they make some places good. So that means if you are growing and you are still make places good, that means that the other are worse. So that is a still not managed. It is not a good chance for managers until now for the world. The world must be in general get better in management this crisis. So there we are. They just have Okay, that looks like that goes a little bit down. That's just yesterday they get much, but 2 days before there was not no one registered. Maybe that is the Friday because that is a Muslim country. Maybe they didn't uh, put the numbers in the computer, and so maybe that is you see that goes lower. So they make something. So good luck, Pakistan. So the other one is Czechia. Czechia, it is a country in Europe, in the Europe community. It is a ex pact state. It was part on the communist side, and now since decades it is Democrat. So, and we have that 12,000 cases. It is one of the okay, that is the second wave. After the lockdown, always the people count with the second wave, and there it comes the second wave, and then goes down again. What can I tell about this second wave? It is a bit too high. So it looks like for me that that is the Czechia had difficulties to sort the good Corona management or ideas to the worst. So that is but now it's coming down back to the old numbers. So we will see. Czechia is also in election, and the president get um, bad press. So let me see where Czechia is. Czechia have, yeah, okay. Czechia is not that bad. We must look at on the average of his continent because there's a lot of countries around on the middle European country. So there we go to the next one, and there we have here the European rank. And check, you see, he have six place better than before, but don't get better to the next place. They're just shared with Albania, Greece, and Czechia. So Albania lost 4 places. Kosovo, Kosovo was, um, I think that was the last country in Europe who was in war. There's still people looking after the blue beret from United Nations is there still. Um, they came. There is a ex part of Yugoslavia, and maybe you remember on the Yugoslavian war. So, and that is natural that I will have more difficult. And you can see that he lost even for the average for the European standard, 12 places. That means that was 42. So it came from up to down. That's a high, lost a lot. So we look, uh, and he is the baddest. Yeah, is the baddest. So the last places, you know, that could be say that it get worse, but it could also say that um, that is get not better or not worse because it's just other make it better than them, and that's why they go down. So, but for that average is still Ireland a little bit better. But let's look of the ranks who make it very good in Europe, and they're still Czechia at number one, make very good, and Austria made it, Hungary made it, Denmark and Romania. So um, and was the scientist telling very good of Germany. Where is Germany? So, oh, Germany is still 71. Okay, so there's nothing. So that is, if you, that could be not that worst. And you must know that Germany have 80 million people. So to go a rank up, it takes a long term of stability in a lot of people who living one to another. So there's countries who's worse, like Japan. Okay, North Korea. They lost Cuba a lot. El Salvador lost a lot. Who's looking good is Haiti, but we never know. That is count, right? Haiti is one of the poorest country in the world. So I don't know if they make every test. Um, so I don't know about the future. So Honduras get worse than the U.S. So, but don't think that they're dying that much than the in the U.S. because yeah, U.S. is they have 320 million people. There's a lot of people dying there. So the rest is on South America is Colombia. Okay. So and still Paraguay stays good and and it is still stable. When the best on go down is Brazil and Venezuela. So this is the three: Paraguay, Venezuela, and Brazil for to go up or down. But Brazil is very down, and Chile get worse than Brazil right now. Bolivia also. So no, Bolivia was before. So here we are. Africa, Guinea, Ethiopia. So there's the who make a good management are still on the top. So and the worst case is at Equatorial Guinea, which means that is a sign that Africa begins right now. But that is a big growing of cases. Let us see what John Hopkins University say about uh, Equatorial Guinea. Oh, okay, is that the right one? Suriname? No, okay. Oh, that is difficult to find. Okay, there's a normal Guinea. Where's Liberia? Okay, I must look by numbers. So where are you? Okay, 3,000. Okay, 3,000. Okay, okay. A very big, very small country, and we see how many that 51, and then they had last week they have a big peak of more than 1,000 cases. So that is a lot. So, okay, maybe that is not a sign that is beginning right now in Africa. It's just the beginning. And you see on these statistics how difficult is to get the data from this country. So it is, yeah, you see like that, yeah. Okay, if you see like that, It looks a little bit, it is still growing. Okay. That is, I think that it looks like a statistic problem, but they're still on growing. That you can see. That just maybe take 2 weeks and then they put the number into, I don't know. So, okay. That is not a bad side. So, okay. Then let's look. The rank continent, Africa. So, and Asia. Asia still have the best, have still the, oh no, it is of the first case um, um, continents, it is the best of the first case continents. So even better than North America, South America, or Europe. But Africa is not worse than Asia until now. So we say South Korea, the most hope, the best management from the scientist side view, and it is now on the place 8. So still on the upper place are Sri Lanka and Thailand, even on the view to Asia. So there's the Central Asia state, Kyrgyzstan, we saw it, and there's a lot of bad example right now, even Saudi Arabia and Iraq. Okay, I think we can look to Saudi Arabia. So I know where Saudi Arabia is. There we are. 200 cases. 200. Oops. So and we see that they do still something management, but the daily cases are still very high. So 3,500 daily cases. That is a lot. That is a lot. And then we can see, okay, that is still growing. Okay, yeah, this is normal that it's growing. So okay, that is Saudi Arabia. Come back. So and Israel was also very good managed from the point of view of the scientist. So let's see this one. Israel is this. It is 30,000. So there's not that much people then in Saudi Arabia. So there we are. Yeah, they have they manage very long, very good, and then goes up. So, but for that case, maybe the other graphic is better, and then we see that the second wave looks right now worse than the first wave. And that is maybe logic um, because this virus can take every day three people more. And when one goes a lot of people on the 5 days, it can give it to the next one, and then the next one takes a few days after also again. So that is big chance. And if you come to a party and there comes someone, if it is in a room, that take everyone into the COVID-19 experience. So be careful, use mask. So there we are. So that was a continent rank. The the rank of the economic types. So who's making the best in the moment is the best um, uh, type is the liberal countries, um, because Thailand is also included and Costa Rica made is very good places into, and Pakistan is also into and have made six place better, so it makes an and growing better way. So the oligarch state is in a bad um, measure, and is still going down. You see, Ukraine lost 5 places. So, but even the social, so the second after the liberal economies are right now the social market economies, and there isn't two countries who haven't a lockdown. One is Sweden, and the other is Netherlands. And there you see, you have no lockdown, you can go worse than the US. So that is all the numbers are measured under people who living in this country. So that is the power rank, how good they made. So Germany is for European for social market economies quite good, is on the top 5. Iceland have a lot of good chances to work again, and it looks like 36, but but it is the number what they have now included everything until now. That is for all the numbers. That's not a look to the future. It is a look what is done until now. But when you see the numbers of Iceland, then you will see that Iceland make it quite good. Is a little point. So 1,800 of confirmed. So Iceland, there we are. And there we see the second wave is very low, and they have a long times with no cases. So they make an open the shutdown, and then they get a second wave in a low quantity. So that looks a little bit that is possible that people can infect people a long time without that they can have an idea. Make maybe like the cholera. There was a woman who always was afraid that the side on his side get cholera, and he goes away from it and goes to the next and give it to cholera to the next. So that was always happen, and she was never get ill on it. That could be also because this virus is not to the end. Uh, there's no research to the end. There's a lot of questions we have to. So Iceland. So and then we can look how many people live there. Iceland is, you see this is here on the down on the best places in whole, even for the number, but they don't live that much people. They live only 356,000 people out of 57,000 people in this country. And on the map you could see that is that's still an island, and but um, but that is also a tourist site. There comes a lot of people because they had volcanoes and they have whales and liberal democracy, a very special liberally, and there come a lot of people. So they have geographically good chance, but it the money will run down maybe when there comes not that much tourists. The second thing on Iceland, Iceland is one of the countries with have no energy problem because they have a lot of water power and there's low habiting, low people who are living there, and they have also the hot water, what they can turn very easy to electricity. So that's why when they want, they can be very long shut down. So and if you are just a half million people, so maybe you know a lot of people each other, and maybe it makes a difference to the view of your country when you're just a few. So then let me see. So we was on the rank academic types. So the liberal are good. The social market are not that bad. Okay, in average still is one of the worst places, yes. And maybe there is some countries didn't take it very sure because they think, oh, we have healthcare, so why we have to shut down? But still, there's also a country who shut down, like Germany. That, but they shut down these countries. The most countries in Europe shut down because they saw the worst case scenario in Italy, which began there at first. So there we see. So Indonesia, India, Bangladesh, Pakistan. Okay, that is the liberal economies. Still on a good place. Is going up because Pakistan. Only because Pakistan. So oligarchic state. Yeah, we talked about. So political ranks. Dictatorial states going down. Council states go a bit better. Authoritative leader democracy lost in average. Hungary goes a little bit up, Turkey goes down. So, and then we see presidential leader democracy from India, US, France. They lost, there is in a low place, and they lost 2.2. Democracy prefers monarchies or council. Okay, you were wondering what is into because Egypt is into and Iran is into. Egypt is Privy Council from military, and Iran is a Privy Council of of a um, religious people. So and you see that lost not that much. Um, so because Thailand is also stable on his place. So Australia, so represent from democracy, we have a lot in the world. So um, we see um, Australia is still on the first place. The 0.5 average is the um, the second best. Lost is still a lost. So and there is Czechia, who is a good country into, and Austria, Denmark, Mexico, Iraq has taken down. So so and then the only one who's direct democracy is Switzerland. So that's all. Thank you for listening me.